I'm gonna be showing you all the best crafting recipes on the forest. Let's get right into this. So in my previous video, I gave you all a complete crafting guide, which I still highly recommend watching that. But in case you just want to skip that and you want to get right to the very best recipes, this is the video for you. So we're gonna be looking at the best recipes for the heavy armor set, the Colossal sword, and the Gauntlet. If you want to craft any other weapons or any other armor sets besides those, you can just lower the amount of ores that you need. But overall, it's still pretty much the same recipe. And for each piece, we're gonna have two different recipes. We're gonna have the very best recipe in the game, which includes a ton of mythics and tons of legendaries, and then we're gonna have a second recipe for each of them that includes just legendaries. So in case you haven't mined a bunch of mythicals, you can use just the legendaries, so then you don't have to spend like 50 hours grinding. So before we begin crafting, there's a few important things to note. Some ores have special traits on them, and to get these traits, the ores have to be at least 10% of our total ores used, and in order to get the full effect of the trait, the ore needs to be at least 30%. But on top of that, we also want a good multiplier, because the multiplier multiplies the base stats of the armor or weapon. So the higher the multiplier down here at the bottom, the better stats our armor or weapon will have. So these are the crafting recipes to have super high multipliers and also super good traits. So let's start off with a Colossal sword. So for the best Colossal sword, we're gonna want 9 eye ore, 9 magmanite, and 12 dark eye. This will give us a 5.22 multiplier, which is super good. The eye ore is gonna give us plus 15% damage, and the magmanite is gonna give us an explosion AoE ability. And for the dark eye, it's mainly just to increase the multiplier, because its ability doesn't really help us for weapons, but it increases the multiplier a bunch. So after tossing everything in, we'll have a total of 30 ores. So this will give us a 49% chance for the Colossal sword. If you have more ores, you can toss them in, and you can increase your chances for a Colossal sword, but that is gonna require more ores. So you could just toss in these ones right here, and you can risk it with a 49% chance. For the easier version of the Colossal sword, it's still pretty hard to do, but it requires 12 magmanite and 18 firite. This will give you a 4.7 multiplier, and will also give you a burn effect and an explosion effect. And it will also give you a 50% AoE explosion on weapons with a 35% chance. So once again, pretty expensive, but also super good. And it is slightly easier because we don't need nearly as many mythicals. And if that's just way too much ores for you to use on a weapon in general, we can craft the gauntlets. Gauntlets only require 9 ores to craft, and by tossing in 9 ores, that would give us a 65% chance to craft them. And gauntlets are still pretty good. They do about half the damage as a Colossal sword, but they also hit twice as fast, so they're still pretty similar. I would still say the Colossal sword is better, but gauntlets are still pretty good as well. Anyway, for the best gauntlets, we want 3 eye ore and 6 dark eye. This will give us a 5.53 multiplier, and the trait, it will give us plus 15% damage, and we'll also get the dodge ability from the dark eye. And I'm not fully sure if the dark eye trait works on weapons, but I'm pretty sure it does. But either way, it increases our multiplier by a bunch, giving us a 5.53 multiplier, which is crazy good. In the easier version of the gauntlets is 4 eye ore and 5 firite, much easier to craft. This will give us a 4.28 multiplier. It will give us 15% damage and a 20% burn effect. Now time to go over to the armor. So from armor, we're gonna go helmet, leggings, and then the chest plate. And before we move on to the next recipe, I just want to say this video took me ages to record, so if you could smash that subscribe button, that'll be much appreciated, and it'll really help out the channel a bunch. Anyway, let's get right over to the next recipe. So first off, for the best heavy helmet, we want 8 dark eye, 8 uranium, and 9 demonite. So this is a total of 25 ores, giving us a 51% chance for the heavy helmet, but this is also giving us a 4.95 multiplier with 15% dodge, plus 5% HP, and burn attacks. Also, I will leave a link in the comment section with a list of all the ores and what they do. So if you want further details on what each individual ore is doing whenever we use it to craft, you can look at that list and you can find out what it's going to do for you. But anyway, for the easier version of the helmet, we want to use 12 uranium and 13 mithril. Both uranium and mithril are pretty easy to get, so this is a pretty easy recipe for us. And this will give us a 3.26 multiplier, giving us plus 5% HP and plus 15% defense. Now on to the heavy leggings. For the best heavy leggings, we want 9 Lidl, 9 dark eye, and 12 demonite. Super expensive, but this is giving us a 5.44 multiplier, giving us plus 15% speed, plus 15% dodge, and burn attacks. So yeah, super expensive, but it's also super good. But anyway, for the easier version to craft, we're gonna need 15 Lidl and 15 mithril, and this is gonna give us a 4.05 multiplier, giving us plus 15% speed and plus 15% defense. And this is a total of 30 ore, giving us a 49% chance to get heavy leggings. leggings. But anyway, now onto the chestplate. The chestplate is one of the most important parts. So for the best chestplate, we're gonna want 10 dark eye, 10 uranium, and 13 demon eye. This is gonna give us a 4.99 multiplier, giving us 15% dodge, plus 5% HP, and burn attacks. And this is a total of 33 ores, giving us a 47% chance to craft the chestplate. If you want to increase those chances that you'll get a chestplate, you can toss on even more ores on top of that, as much as you want, such as 44 ores is gonna give us an 80% chance, but that is gonna require a lot more, so just be aware. Now onto the easier chestplate. For the easier chestplate, we're gonna want 16 uranium and 17 mithril. This will give us a 3.27 multiplier, and it's gonna give us plus 5% HP and plus 15% defense. And those are the best recipes. As I was saying at the beginning of the video, if you want to craft medium or light armor, or if you want a different type of weapon, just pretty much copy the same recipes and just increase or decrease the amount of ore depending on what you're trying to craft. And those are the best recipes for attacking. They still give us a bunch of defense, of course, but they're also going to increase our health and damage, and all the dark eye that we use is going to give us a crazy dodge effect. And in the end, if we craft the best armor, I think it's giving us around a 50% dodge chance, so that means we'll have a 50-50 chance of either getting hit or dodging the attack, which is super good. And also quite a bit of these increase our HP and speed as well. And on top of the dodge ability, a lot of these use demon eye, meaning that we'll have a burn effect, so whenever enemies hit us, they'll actually take damage. I currently don't have this armor because I haven't gotten enough ores just yet, but I did use some of these pieces in my armor, such as demon eye and dark eye. So although my armor isn't as good as the recipes that I'm giving you right now, I can still kind of show you what they do. So let's go up to this guy right here, and as we can see, whenever he hits us, he gets a little burn effect, and he takes damage after hitting us. So like this slime right here, if it keeps hitting us, it'll actually die, just because of the burn effect that our armor has. And the more pieces of armor that we have this on, the more damage it's gonna do, and that is why we have a bunch of demon eye. And this is my current sword right here. I used some of the items from the recipe, but I didn't use all of them, so it's not nearly as good as it could be, but with it being enhanced and everything, it does over 220 damage, and it actually allows us to one-hit almost everything in the volcanic depths. So just with a regular hit, we can easily one-tap the Death Axe skeleton. So we can go up to this guy right here, just a regular hit, and we actually almost killed him. Some of them have more health, but like this guy right here, we can run up to him, one hit, and then he just dies because of the burn effect as well. And some don't even need the burn effect. Like that guy right there just died instantly. And for the Reapers, we can't one-tap them just yet, but we are able to kill them in just a couple hits. But anyway, those are the best recipes. If y'all want more recipes, such as recipes that give us mainly defense, I mean, these recipes are super good for defense, but if you just want to be super tanky and you'd rather use like mithril or something instead of uranium to get that 15% defense, let me know and I'll make a full guide. But overall, this is the best armor in the game. So if this video helped you out, please make sure to smash that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next video.